This is day 133 of Zohar Pshat, and we are on Daf Tes Zayin Rav in the Zohar Kodesh, and we are talking about Shemus, which have to do with the phenomena in the second pasuk in Bereshis, the 3, 6, 8 lines to the bottom. Tohu, Alav Shai Hashem Shakai, Shin Dalad Yud. Now this is obvious. So Tohu is the immense realm of Klippa, and there's too much Klippa. There's not enough revelation in the world, so then there isn't room for free will, because in order to have free will, you have to have a balance. You have to have a balance between the Gilui Shechina and the Gilui Kavod Shamayim and the Haster Kavod Shamayim. That's Olamo Shin Dal Yud Shamar Olamo Dai. He said there's enough. He's enough revelation, enough concealment. There's a balance in the world. There's a bechira between Tov and Ra. That's good. So the Tohu has to constantly be governed by the name Shin Daled Yud to make sure there's not too much concealment, not too much revelation, but not too much concealment. Simultaneously, at the same time, Shamar Lo Lomo Dai, careful calibration. Okay, that's the first name. Bohu, and we said Bohu is already refined. It's not the tzura, not just the chomer. And then already that's something where there are many different ways of dealing with it. This is there are many different ways of being mala those nitzotzes, which are already in a state where they can be dealt with more directly. So therefore, the same there is Bohu Shalosh Shai Hashem Tzvakos, the name to which indicates that there are many different approaches to avodas Hashem, and each one has its own specific malach, but each one has its own specific advantage. And I guess the different potentialities are like the hosts of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's Tzivos Hashem. The name Tzvakos represents the different approaches which are there in order to uplift the Kedusha in the world. And of course, Bohu is already the beginning of that uplifting. And then we have Choshech, right? Choshech, the darkness, which is, we said, it's not always dark. Depends on where the Choshech is. If it's over the Tohu, it's more dark. If it's elsewhere, it's less dark. But the point is that that's Alei Shari Hashem Elokim. The Alei Shari Hashem Elokim, because the Hashem Elokim is what Baal Kolchos Kulam. All the different forms of Choshech are the different koichos with which HaKadosh Baruch Hu conducts the world, and therefore they are they need the name Elokim, which represents the Baal Kolchos Kulam, all the various different forces. So the Tzvakos really represents Hashem's support of us in uplifting things in this world which have to be uplifted. Elokim is not assisting us, but concealing from us at the same, saying, okay, these are the conditions under which you're going to operate. Various different forms of darkness. So therefore, that actually is Hashem in Midas Hadin, telling us this is how the different types of situation will exist, different koichos at different times. Shem Elokim modulates, calibrates that. Ruach Aleh Shar Hashem Yud Kei Vav Kei. That's the infusion of Kedusha from above, which obviously gives us Midas Chesed to be able to actually deal with all these situations in a way which is optimal for ourselves and for the world. So the Ruach, then we go on to talk about the Ruach of Eliyahu. Ruach Chazak Lefarik Harim, Lo B'Ruach Hashem. So when Eliyahu saw his vision of Sinai, there was a great wind which broke mountains. That's not the Lo B'Ruach Hashem. This tells us this Ruach is not the Ruach in which you'll find the Shem Hashem. Even though the term Ruach is used here, it's not this Ruach we're talking about. Lo Ruach Hashem Goma Shema Do Lo Habebe. that name was not there. The Ha Shakai Shalta Beraza the Tohu. Because the Ruach, and fascinating thing, the Ruach in the Nevuah of Elio is a different metaphor. And that Ruach is a Ruach which is a negative, and therefore it has to be restrained. It's a very powerful thing, which, I don't know if negative is the right term, something which is amorphous, ambiguous. And you need to have, therefore, the name which is supported for that is something which restrains the Ruach, which is the Shaka Sholta Ole, but Raza Toto. Vacha Ruach Rash. And therefore the Ruach came, after the Ruach came Rash, V'lo Barash Hashem. That's not also there. The Shem Hashem is not apply there. The Shem Tzvakos Shalta Bey. The Shem Tzvakos has to do with it. And evidently this Rash is the same Bechina as Bohu. And again, in the Nevuah of Elio, somehow these different levels are not the same thing as we have in the in the second pasuk of Bereshis. The Hashem Tzvakos Shalta Bey B'Razah the Bohu, V'Adoikri Bohu Rash, and this is called Rash, the Lab Iu below Rash. Fascinating concept. It's called Rash because it doesn't work without Rash. So I know why Bohu requires Rash, but somehow or another, Rash means to move violently. I guess that for the Bohu to be separated from the Tohu had to be somehow connected with Rash. The Tzvos, the armies make a lot of Rash. So perhaps there's some connection with that. In other words, if there's a lot of tumult involved, and having so many different types of approaches, which are going to work with the bow in order to elevate it. That could be. V'char Rash Eish, so lo be'Eish Hashem, and the Eish was not the Shem Hashem either. The Shmar the Elokim Shalta Bey Misitra L'Choshech. We said yesterday, this is not the regular Choshech, this is Eish, which sometimes manifests as Choshech. So obviously Eish means something very powerful, something which is Baal Koyach, and therefore it relates to the name Elokim, not to the name Hashem. The thin, still voice. The Hachishtaka Shem Havaya. That's where the Shras Shechina is at the Shem Havaya. That corresponds, of course, to the Ruach, which we have in our pasuk. So that is the correlation of the four Shemos and the four statuses to the New Evilio to our pasuk over here. Okay, so. The next part of the Zohar is about another correlation of four. Separate correlations of four, maybe. But in any event, we'll leave that for next time.